heard somebody click their microphone, K6MYC.
Yeah, that was me. K6US.
See, I can hear some things.
Well, you're also pointed, like, right at me. So, K6US 1079 and 1100.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome back to the world.
Well, yeah, last night I couldn't turn down the offer of free pizza, so I was over at my parents' house.
No kidding. No, I wouldn't turn that down either. Free food is always a good comer. Welcome, Matt, for you. Anyway, you're sounding good, and it's warming up, boy. Here comes the temperatures again. I think we must have broke 90. I felt like it was a bit over 90 today. They said 90, but I think it got more up here anyway. Anyway, I worked a little bit in the yard and pulled some weeds, and fixed a sprinkler and improved some watering and whatever. That was my day. Overall, I had a pretty good day. Got one little financial issue out of the way, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. That was one that was plaguing me the last few days. Anyway, nothing major, but that was good to not have to worry about it. Let's see, Supreme Court has got their foot in their mouth big time on this birthright citizenship thing with the birth thing. Boy, they got that one wrong. I mean, no matter how you interpret it and how you think about the founders and what they were thinking, there was no way you could stretch it to where it is now with the freebies coming in from China and having a baby and then going home and then sending the kids back when they're 20 or whatever they're planning on doing. Anyway, all kinds of weird stuff going on, but we'll fix that. I think that will probably be something to correct over the next couple of years. Of course, all this social democratic crap going on is the new clown in Denver that's raising all kinds of hell. He wants to, change the world, fix it for the poor people, huh? And the dingleberry woman in New York that wants to let all the prisoners out, even the ones that have just killed and raped people. That makes a lot of sense. I suggest that they let them stay in and around her neighborhood or in her garage when they let them out. That would be good.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Well, and of course the Supreme Court decision was kind of most of us saw it coming. That it was something that Trump wasn't going to be able to change. But I'm glad that it went through the process. But I think after we secure our elections, they need to get Congress to do something, or do a constitutional amendment or something. But I mean the nature of the 14th Amendment was to help protect emancipated slaves. Was to make sure that all the slaves in the South were granted citizenship as they should have been. But it never should have been used for what it turned into now, which is being invaded by babies. So I think, if we tested all these people for COVID on the way in, we'll just give everybody a pregnancy test. And if you're pregnant, we'll just say, no visitor visa for you.
Yeah, there you go. There's ways that they can slow the traffic for sure. And, of course, the big gush of everybody coming across the border with no intention of stopping anybody, the 10 or 15 million that came in here. That didn't help. That stopped. And it won't be that batch, but just the ones that come in the wrong way will be still coming in. That's really Sotomayor and Roberts. Roberts particularly, I'm always disappointed in him as a Supreme Court. He's always on the edge to me. I don't know where his head is. I don't think he likes Trump, and that's part of it. So if there's any issues that have a balance to push one way or the other, he's going to, or allow a push in one way or the other without, but they'll fix it anyway. Enough of that. Let's see. I'm pointed toward you because I'm pointed right at Atascadero tonight, thinking that I will be able to get another day with propagation to W6QUI down there. So that's why I'm pointed at you. I'm pointed right at his home QTH here. Hopefully we won't have to go over to 90 degrees to hear him tonight. Hi. K6US, and anybody else that would like to check in, we're open for business. K6MYC.
AA6S, Bill in Visalia. Good evening.
Well, good evening, Bill.
Ben.
Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, comrade. Good evening to Comrade Aaron, K6US, A6S.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. AA6S, K6US.
Yeah, you hear? I said check Ralph in. I guess you heard that.
Oh, I didn't hear you. When did you say that?
When you keyed up on top of him.
Okay, we got Ralph checked in. Thank you.
I'll be listening, but I get back on it. I got a problem that came up with this Marantz I'm working on. The AM died, and I went and printed out a thing off the computer, trying to figure out why I think I got a bad transistor in the audio section of the transistor here. The RF sections work. I got audio coming out of the chip, goes into the first transistor, and after that there ain't nothing. So either a cap shorted or a bad transistor. Anyway, I got to get on it. A6S. You guys take care.
Well, don't. Are you? How important is this that you can't wait a couple of minutes? Wait till you get QUI in here at least. Over.
Well, it's dead right now, and I want to see if I can find it.
What is it that you're fixing again? A transistor that's not working?
Oh, it's a Marantz 2235 receiver. I thought I had it done, and I put the cover on, left it play all that the last part of the day, and the AM died on it.
Okay, have you promised to somebody later today?
Maybe tomorrow you'll pick it up, so I got to figure out what's the matter.
Okay. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm sure maybe Mike will be in here. Listen, here's my problem tonight. I've got a call from Dr. Dan that I'm expecting, and he's supposed to call me today, somewhere between 5:30 and 7:30. Well, you know how he is. He's always late. He was supposed to talk to me this morning at 11:30, and then they changed the rules. They said, no, the doctor never talks to you in the daytime. He only calls you after all his appointments are done in the evening. And he's only running 3 people behind right now. Anyway, the point is I'm liable to get a call from Dr. Dan, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to take that because I'll never hear from him again if I don't take it. Over.
Well, I'll be listening here. You're really weak where I'm pointed. I don't know where you're pointed, but the other night when you were talking to the guys, when you said I wouldn't run any power on 6 meters, I was running substantial power. The band wasn't too swift, and your antennas are really directional, and mine are halfway. Getting to know them, and it's pretty rough.
Everything's normal here. I'm pointed toward W6QUI on the direct path. Over.
Okay, yeah, we're broadside. I'm perpendicular to you. I'm pointed due north, so we're about right angles there. I'll be listening. I'll bring it. I'll point it up towards. Well, if I go towards Tom, I can't hear you that direction either when you're pointed towards him. So, but I can hear Aaron on this spot here when I'm due north. So I'll keep listening if guys get hung. I'll be listening. K6NYC, K6US, AA6S.
Okay, very good, Bill. Well, hopefully you'll find the Marantz receiver problem. Hopefully you have the right transistor to replace the one that's open or whatever is wrong in there. Good luck with that. And we should have, Ron should be in here any minute. W6QUI, he may not hear me, though. You might have to turn his way and call him, see if he's here. Once we get him checked in, then you can do whatever you want. I just thought I'd need you sometimes to let him know that I'm here. Over.
I'm turning the antenna towards you right now.
Okay.
So it goes up and down and up and down very rapidly. Some kind of a weird, who knows what, smelling. Anyway, I'm coming around on.
Yeah, and he faded right out, but he's calling QUI.
I don't think he's running the power he thinks he is right now, because normally I can hear him no matter where he points, and I can hear him, but he's not readable. And he was starting to be not readable even when he was turning away from me. I don't think it's conditions. He was loud when he was pointed north, so. He's talking to somebody. He must be talking to QUI, but I don't hear him.
You got to wait for Bill to stop talking.
Yep.
Well, while you're waiting, check in KM6SR, number 432, and number 1200, KN6UKM.
Yeah, good evening, Rob.
You can check in KC5DTU also.
Good evening, Kerry. KC5DTU, KM6SR. How's it going?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Rob. I think you double with Mike there, but things are going good. How about with you there, Michael?
Well, I hear you. He didn't double with me. I just said hi. He pointed at Tascadero. That's why I'm away from you a little bit.
Roger, roger.
I've got Ron checked in, but he's not audible here.
Antennas going around. K6NYC, K6NYC,
I've been hearing you, Bill, and I cannot hear QUI at all tonight, wherever he's pointed over?
He was pointing at the college. Yeah, he couldn't hear anything either. So the signal was jumping up and down. But he's just the usual 20 over here. So whatever is happening over the valley or whatever the great RF gods are doing, they're not working tonight. So with that, I'm going to blast off here. K6MYC and anybody else listening, AA6S. Good night.
Okay, let's see if Mike is here. WA6AAJ. Mike, are you here? Okay, Rob, are you copying QUI?
I think I heard a little bit of them. 73 the bill there, AA6S, but I wasn't real sure. I'm still pointed that way. Ron, W6QUI, do you have a copy on Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo? Over, over. W6QUI, W6QUI, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, over, over. Well, I guess he's not hearing me. I'm throwing about 400 watts, I think I'm sending out there.
Okay, well, I know Bill chucked him in. Bill wants to get away, so we'll let him get away, and we'll... Ron gets very frustrated when he can't work the rest of us here. But Bill didn't want to stick around, and he didn't want to give me time to swing over. I could point over toward 90 degrees, and I probably could hear Ron, but he wanted to get away, so I just I didn't say anything. All right. Probably should have started at 90 degrees, and then it would have been better. All right, let's see. Kerry, good evening to you. Things are in a turmoil, particularly with the Supreme Court and all, but maybe if you get a chance to... I'm expecting a call here, by the way, Rob. I might get a call from Dr. Dan.
Yeah, Mike.
What's that?
I say QSL. I heard you when you were talking about it.
Okay. So I may have to drop off here. In the meantime, let's go up to Santa Cruz and see if Tom is going to be there.
I heard you also, Michael, so it'll probably be better for me to just wait and give you a twisted pair.
Well, anytime after 8:30, whenever we finish the net, I should be fine.
Roger, roger.
Who is that?
BYH.
And 6BYH, 195. I barely heard you. Go ahead again, Mike.
Yeah, I'm trying to find you.
Well, I'm getting the first three words, and then he fades out. Maybe he's losing power or something. Aaron, you might talk to him. Get him to transmit a little bit longer here.
Yeah, I just think you got a goofy path. He sounds fine here, but in 6BYH, K6US. Okay, yeah, Mike, why don't you just transmit a little bit longer, and he'll see if he can find you.
Okay. From him, so I could hear Bill, as I tell you, step out 10 over 9, pointed directly at him, and I could hear QUI as well, pointed right at him. But I can't get a heading on my feet to save my life. Go ahead.
I got you now. I had to move the antenna a little bit. I must have had you in a null. Not real strong. Normally you're stronger, so I'm not sure you got full power up there. But anyway, thanks for checking in, Mike. N6BYH. I'm pointed toward Santa Cruz, looking for KW6 Sugar.
73 to the net,
N6BYH and KW6S. Tom, are you there? KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC. KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC, Bozo Net. KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over, Tom. Well, let me go into the Bay Area here. Pick up Fred, probably. This should be pretty close to you, Fred. KD6 SOK or WB6JNN, K6MYC. Anybody copy? KD6SOK, WB6JNN, W6PQL, K6MYC. Anybody? K6 Whiskey India Sugar. How about you, Paul?
K6MYC, this is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar. Good evening, Mike. How copy?
Well, I'm trying to find a peak on you. Yeah, you're about Q3, but I've got you, Paul. Just give me a little longer chatter. I'll find where it's coming from tonight. Over. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Go ahead. Go ahead. But boy, are you weak. The path is terrible tonight. I found one little spot I can hear you. I've got you in here 637, but not very good. We'll look for you. We'll look for you on the direct path in a few minutes. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, standing by.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, this is K6WIS. Got you about a 4x1. Thank you for checking me in. I'll look for you on the direct path a little bit later. Over.
Roger. 5-0. Got you, Q5 here. Thank you, Paul. Thanks for being there. I don't hear anyone else in the Bay Area. I don't know why. Are you hearing anybody, any chatter out of the Bay Area, Paul? Over.
Nope, I do not usually unless they point in my direction. Over.
Well, I know, but sometimes you hear them. Okay. Well, we'll just keep calling up that way. Thank you, Paul. We'll see you in a few minutes. K6 Whiskey India Sugar near Placerville, K6MYC.
Roger. Thanks, Mike. Clear for now. 7-3, K6WIS.
Okay. KD6SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA, KT6, NT6S. Who else we have? K6KLY, WKB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody in the Bay Area? KW6 Sugar, K6MYC, calling and listening.
KO6IQR, 1189.
Oh, okay. Pointed toward the Bay Area. Hello, Mario. 1189. We've got you, KO6IQR. Not real strong, but very Q5. Go ahead.
Yeah, I figured I'd hit you. This is our trusty mountain balance control. Just in case you can't get down the direct path.
Yeah, we've got you, and we'll look and see if it comes up when we get on the direct path toward N6RO here. But good to hear you in here tonight. Obviously, they didn't work you 14 hours today, huh?
Not today, but there's always next week.
There's always another day, huh? Okay. KD6SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA, K6KLY, KT2G, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, W6PQL. Anybody in the Bay Area, please. K6MYC Bozo Net. What are we going to do with these guys, Rob?
I don't know. They're your buddies, haha.
Well, I know I'm pointed right, or I wouldn't have heard Paul or Mario on the bounce path. So I'm pointed right into the Bay Area. Probably pointed right at Fred, KD6SOK, and I know it's pretty close to where I get the best signals from Jim. WB6JNN, and both of them have had pretty decent signals lately. I haven't heard KB6BA now for a couple of weeks. He must be on a long vacation, or he's taken a different kind of hiatus. KT2G hasn't been in here for 2 months now, so I don't know whether he's ever going to come back on the band. Mark up there in Los Altos. And K6KLY, come on, Russ, where are you? Bay Area. I'm not pointed very close to Santa Cruz, but you should be able to hear me in Santa Cruz. KW6S, K6MYC. Any copy there, Tom? I guess I'm just too early, huh, guys? Normally we screw around with a Tascadero for 20 minutes, don't we? How about WA6AAJ? Where are you tonight, Mike? On what? On Thursday night, you got a BODM board of directors meeting. Did you say Rob?
Yep, QSL. I think Aaron will be there also. Yep, Ken called him for this Thursday at 6:30.
Okay. Wonder what's happening to Marcus. I haven't heard Marcus now for a couple of weeks. He's been very loose in check-ins. He hasn't been checking in. He's got a station now. It's all up and running as far as I know, and he's loud when he checks in, but he doesn't, I guess he doesn't remember the net or something. Over.
Yeah, I can't speak for Marcus. I don't know what he's up to. Yeah, he's got all the stuff there, so he can if he wants to, I guess. Anyway, he may have been going out of town, too. I thought I heard him say at one point he might be doing something like that.
Okay. I told the boys up in Nevada that we would be up there around 8 o'clock to 8:05 to 8:10. So looks like the way we're going, we might make it. I might have to get up there before then. KD6SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA, KT2G, NT6S, K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, W6PQL. Anybody on in the Bay Area, or do we have a blackout? Is there a big game on tonight?
I don't know. I know Wilmington's got something going on. Maybe there's a soccer deal going.
Well, I don't know if everybody over there is a soccer fan. I never heard Fred say the word soccer.
Yeah, Mexico's playing somebody tonight, but that game was delayed due to lightning. That is as much information as I know about the World Cup, because I don't care about soccer. K6US.
KW6SOK, KW6 Sugar, KW6 Sugar. Maybe I should point down that way one more time and go right at him. KW6S, K6MYC, Bozo Net. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC, Bozo Net. KW6S, K6MYC, over. KD6, KW6S, K6MYC, over. Back up into the Bay Area then. KD6SOK, WB6JNN. Anybody? I don't know whether I should just skip over them and come back. What do you think?
I don't know. I texted Tom, tell him you're calling him.
Yeah, they moved the antenna back up off of him, but it's only 5 degrees off of where he is. He should hear some of this. KW6S or KD6SOK or WB6JNN, K6KLY, KT2G, KB6BA. Anybody?
K6VBG 971.
Oh, K6VBG. Boy, are you weak. Of course, I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. Good evening, Dave.
I can hear you, barely. But I can hear you. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Dave. How are you feeling?
I'm all right. Why? What's up?
Okay. I thought you might be hurting because of the hot weather again. It really warmed up today. Is it hot up in Coursegold today? I got over 90 here.
I don't know. I was at doctor's appointments all day. So I was in and out of air-conditioned building down in Fresno.
Okay, you're a little bit off frequency, but I can live with it. You didn't happen to go up and see Dr. Dan in Oakhurst, did you?
No. In Fresno. I was down in Fresno all day.
I didn't understand that. Did you go up and see Dr. Dan? I thought you said you were in Fresno with doctors, but did you see Dr. Dan today?
No, I didn't see Dr. Dan. There was strictly a Fresno doctor.
Rob, are you copying Dave okay?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to find him. I think I'm going to have to go all the way around to get him on the other side.
Yeah, don't you normally hear him?
Sometimes I hear him a little bit. I usually have to point at him to get understandable copy.
Okay. Well, Dave, it's marginal at the moment. But we'll be more heading in your direction as we get more north here. I'm expecting a call from Dr. Dan any time here, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I did get a preliminary call from his office today, and we get all the footwork out of the way. He just has to call in lieu of a physical appointment. This is for making up for the physical appointment that I had to bail from after he was 3.5 hours late over. Are you copying me, Dave?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But it's hard to get a hold of Dan if you're not going to, you can go to the office and it takes forever. doctor appointment, and we have 3 months for me to go to Dr. Dan.
I'm having a little trouble copying you. Can you net my frequency? Just tune on me. You're sounding like a baby girl there. Tune on my frequency and get your audio back down where you sound like you should be. Over.
How's that? Is that better?
No, a little bit. Keep going. Now I don't hear you at all.
Now you don't hear me at all?
Well, that's a little better. Go ahead. You're fine now. Go ahead.
Yeah, it takes me 3 hours to get in and see Dan, too. There's no trick about that one. You're going to have to wait, you know?
Well, you're louder and you're on the right frequency, but now I can't copy you, so maybe it was better off leaving it high-pitched.
Why don't we just wait until you're pointed north?
All right, well, we're struggling to get check-ins from the Bay Area here. Let me make another call. Santa Cruz, KW6 Sugar, KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC, over. Okay, up into the Bay Area, KD6S OK, KD6S OK, WB6JNN, over. K6KLY, KT2G, KNT6S, KB6BA, W6PQL, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody? Well, I don't know what's going on there, but maybe I'm just going to go on up and see if I can get, see if we've got propagation to, to Ken here. N6RO up there in Oakley, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature 86. Just had dinner and it was steelhead trout, bok choy, carrots, mushrooms, and onions. And tonight I'm doing the Canada Day contest. Single up, their single band 80, and the band has not really opened up yet. I can hear a few of the Ontario stations, but they're not workable. In half an hour they will be. And that's the news from Oakley, N6RO.
Okay, well, you're doing fine here. I couldn't get a single person out of the Bay Area. I caught 6 or 7 that I called, but nobody came back. I've worked nobody in the Bay Area all the way from Santa Cruz on up. So we have had a blotto from that area. I was wondering if there was something wrong with the propagation there, but you're fine. Let's see if Rob, are you copying Ken there?
Yep, I got a little bit of copy, kind of in and out, a little Kiora Mary there. How you doing, Ken? N6RO, KM6SRR.
Yeah, hi, Rob. Doing fine. I guess you heard my report. And you're not quite as loud as Mike, but the conditions seem pretty good on this band, N6RO.
Okay, I heard you say you were doing fine, and I lost some of the copy there, but thanks for being there. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, very good, Ken. Well, we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters, of course. 7-3 for now, and good luck with the 80-meter contest this evening. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC. Clear. Anybody else in this direction, Mario? How are we doing on the direct path? No copy from Mario on the direct path. Okay, let me go on up to, let's go into, this would be Sacramento, KJ6KFB, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, KJ6KFB, K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard there. Let's go on up to, let's see if we get anything out of John here, KR6MR, K6MYC, over. KR6MR, KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC, over. Okay, very, very weak, but we got you. I hear you in there. 759, we've got you, John. Thank you very much. Very, very weak and poor copy. KR6MR, K6MYC. I did not hear Darren at all, over. I'm not getting very much from you. I heard little bits and pieces, but I got no information on Darren, so we'll have to let it go. Let's see if I can hear Paul on the direct path. K6 Whiskey India Sugar direct path. K6MYC, over. K6WYS, K6 Whiskey India Sugar. This should be right at you on the direct path. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC on the direct path, over.
WA6LOL.
I hear you, Dave. Good signal. 856. Not real strong, but maybe I'm not pointed at you yet. Do you want to try and peek on me, Dave? Do you want me to make a longer transmission here? WA6 Lima Oscar Lima, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, I was kind of peeking on you before I was doing that call. Things so narrow, it's really difficult with the fade and everything. But anyway, yeah, my computer was telling me the right direction, and I looked at the dial on the rotor, and I was way off. So I wasn't really hearing anything. So, well, I'm still working on things, getting it pulled together, but should be working. K6MYC, WA6LOL.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm hearing you, but not much better than we've heard you in the past, so I'm expecting some improvement, but I guess I can't complain. It's loud, but I'm very, very sensitive on the direction there. Anyway, it's good to hear you. We're not getting very many check-ins. I didn't get a single check-in out of 7 or 8 in the Bay Area, not a single one. So we'll have to go back there in a few minutes. I should go on up to Nevada right now and catch them, because we're right at the peak time for Nevada at 8:05. So I'll see you on the way back. Maybe I can stop and see you for a little bit there. WA6LOL, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Sounds good. WA6LOL.
Rob, are you copying anything from Dave?
I think I can hear somebody in there, but it's right from the noise. Can't copy anything.
Okay, nothing in there for sure. He can hear you, but you can't. It's detectable, but not readable. All right, here we go to Nevada. I'm going to Nevada. Here we are toward Nevada. KB6, KD6BQ, KD6BQ, K6MYC. Okay, KE7UQL, KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango. Anybody? N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, KD6BQ, K6MYC. Over. Oh, there's 272. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to peek on you, Daniel, but you're a Q3 with fading, Q5 for little peaks, and then you fade out. Or it's QSB every 3 or 4 seconds here, so make a little longer transmission. I'll see if I can figure out what direction you're coming from tonight. WKE7UQL, K6MYC standing by, over. Well, I'm not getting very much signal from you, and that's typical on the 1296 path. It'll probably come roaring up here in a minute. We'll just hang in there with you for a couple minutes. It's just a little after 8:10, about 8:10. So I tried to get here at the right time for you guys, but I guess that airplane isn't on that same pattern that we used to have. Hi. KE7UQL, you can tell me if you hear anything from Richard. KD6BQ, we're standing by for CW from Richard. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Back to what you were saying about Dr. Dan, yeah, he's a real busy guy. It's very hard to get in to see him quickly. That's the only downfall of going to see Dan.
Well, I just don't have the time to normally spend 3 hours waiting in the waiting room. I've got other people that I have to be concerned about. I have a driver that drives me, and I'm also tying him up for 3 hours. So it's awkward. I'm going to see if he can suggest a doctor that I can see more easily down in the Bay Area. I mean, in the Fresno area. But he may not even call me tonight based on that. He's here he is at 8:10, and he still hasn't called me. The lady said he would probably call between 5:30 and 6:30. I said that'd be all right. That long since came and went.
Yeah. He's probably still at the office right now.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, he is probably still at the office. Maybe he's trying to still finish up the last patient, for crying out loud.
Exactly. You know, when you get a doctor that spends time with his patients, that actually spends the time with his patients, you know, it's hard to keep a schedule straight.
Yeah, but, you know, it's one thing to spend 15 or 20 minutes extra with the patient, but he gets, when you get 3 hours behind at 2:30 in the afternoon, you're really, you're doing something not right. But the problem they had the other day was the elevator was out, so he had to make special trips downstairs so he could see some of his patients that could not climb the stairs over.
Roger. Yep, we've had to do that before.
Anyway, let me call again and see if I don't hear anything from Richard right now. I'm not hearing any CW from Richard. KE7UQL, I hope you come up out of the noise for us and you can tell us. I can't remember whether Richard said he couldn't make it tonight or he was going to be there. I thought said he would be there, but I'm not sure. KE7UQL with perhaps N7 Whiskey Tango or KD6BQ, K6MYC. Over, Daniel. Boy, the bands are tough tonight, aren't they? I don't hear anything from Daniel.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I wonder why the bands are so bad tonight. Well, anyway, we've got Daniel checked in. I don't hear a peep out of Richard. Normally, I would hear Richard CW, even if he was weaker than Daniel. I don't hear anything from Richard. Sometimes I almost imagine I'm hearing CW in there, but it never stops, so it's not him.
Really distinctive. When he fires up CW, I can hear it off the back of my antenna.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's him.
I hear him on this band. He only runs about 6 watts at the antenna.
Yeah, I'm talking about on 432 or 2 meter.
2 meters, he's running 1,500 watts. He's easy up there. All right, 73, Daniel, if you're copying me, 73s, and we hope to hear you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll get the 2 meter antenna. Maybe it's back up again. 73, Daniel, KE7UQL, K6MYC, 7373. There he he is. There's 249. Roger, roger. Roger, roger, 249. We got your 249. Thank you very much, Richard. Good to hear you. Good, strong CW station. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Good to hear you. Thank you. And no response.
I knew if we talked about him enough, he'd come in there.
Yeah. Well, at least he was there. I wasn't sure if he was going to be there, so we did get the 2 check-ins we expected. All right, Rob, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area. Maybe they'll be ready for us now. Over.
Okay, sounds good.
7-3, Richard. I'll stop here at 3. Let's see. Let me stop at 320 something and see if I can give one more call to KJ6KFB. I'm rotating down through that area. KJ6KFB. Darren, I wonder if you're there. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, K6MYC. Calling and listening. Over. He's in there. I got 756. Thank you. Thank you, Darren. I did not hear you on the first pass, but we heard you that time. Not real strong. Conditions are very poor. Conditions are very poor, but we got you. Thank you for the check-in. Thank you for the check-in, Darren. KJ6KFB 7373 K6MYC. Over. Okay, 7373. Okay, going back through down to the Bay Area again here, coming in the back way. There we go, come in there. How about KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie? How about you, Mike? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, over. W6PQL K6MYC, over. Anybody else in the Bay Area? Bay Area, Bay Area. I'm trying to find a spot here that might get everybody in here. KD6SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA, K6KLY, KT2G, NT6S, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, W6PQL. Anybody? Anybody? Over.
K6MI 711.
Oh, good evening, John.
Just got my check.
Oh, you didn't miss much. We're missing a lot of people in the Bay Area. Not a single person from the Bay Area has checked in yet.
Did you get me, Michael? K6MI 711.
Yeah, I'm hearing you fine, John. K6MI, K6MYC 711. We've got you, over.
Okay, thank you. Just got home and want to make sure I got in.
Yep. I responded. I may not have done it officially correctly. 7-3, John.
Thank you.
Hey, good evening, John. K6MI, KM6SR.
Hey, Rob. Good to hear you, too.
Yep, I'm glad you got on there. I've been wondering about if you're having a lot of rehearsals here, because I've been missing you on the other bands.
We had field day, and Mary took a girlfriend out to a birthday dinner, and we just got back.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for being here. K6MI, KM6SR.
Okay.
Okay. KW6S. I'm now pointed toward Santa Cruz. KW6S, K6MYC. Over. KW6S, K6MYC, over. Somebody on CW, who's that? W6PQL, we got you. W6PQL, yeah, you're okay. I just wasn't pointed at you there. W6PQL, 1296. Did you get 52?
Hey, Mike, yeah, conditions aren't real good right now. I wasn't sure whether or not I'd be able to get back to you tonight. I got in here late, so I wasn't able to check for Santa Barbara. He's probably out of town anyway, since he wasn't on 222 last night. But anyway, that's about it. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Okay, yeah, I got pretty good copy on you now. Very poor night. You're the only check-in. You are the only check-in from the Bay Area. I spent 10, 15 minutes calling and calling, so maybe you can help me and see if anybody else is there. I did not hear Fred. I did not hear Jim, JNN, or anybody else. Nobody but you. W6PQL in the group, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over.
Okay, Mike. Well, I'll take a quick listen for anybody else in the Bay Area here. Yours is anybody else in the Bay Area? W6PQL. Oh, they must be watching some great soccer game somewhere.
Well, the only game that's on is Mexico, and they're not playing us, so I don't know why anybody would be watching it, but I don't think that's it. We've got poor propagation for one thing, but that doesn't answer all the other questions. This is the second round in your direction, and we're just not getting anybody. So I don't know what's going on tonight. Maybe they're all upset about the Supreme Court decision, over.
Well, it could be. It won't be the last time, though. You can never tell what's going to happen with them.
That's for sure. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for checking in here. I made a list. I'll just run through it quickly. KW6S, KD6SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA, K6KLY, KT2G, NT6S, and of course yourself, and then KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, but nobody other than you. One more try. Bay Area, please check in before we close the net. K6MYC. Wow. Well, good night, Jim. We'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters at 73 W6PQL. Without any 52, I guess, tonight, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, 73. See you tomorrow.
I guess that's it, guys. We got one check-in, 2 check-ins from Course Gold, and they beat the Bay Area. How about that?
We haven't heard Ron KJ6TYO on either, huh?
No, we haven't heard Ron. OIB isn't on, but he doesn't normally check in, but we could get him to do it if we forced him. I don't know, how many check-ins have we got so far? I think about 15, 16, something like that, huh?
Ron's at work.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not, Ron's starting at like 11 a.m., and then he usually doesn't get off until midnight now, so we're probably not going to hear him until he retires next year.
Wow, those are crazy hours. I've got 21 so far, Mike.
Yeah, we would have been dynamite if we'd had anybody in the Bay Area, wouldn't we?
Yeah, probably. I think last week we got 28.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Rob, did you bump your knob?
Nope, it's still 100, and I've got the Bodner. It doesn't sound like it's warbling.
He sounds okay here, Aaron.
Yeah, it's probably just a temperature inversion, because, yeah, he sounds kind of goofy down here. But yeah, no, I'm listening on both sides, and I'm like, it's really weird down here. But yeah, it's just a band being goofy.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't pointed at you very good. Maybe this would be better.
Yeah, I'm probably just hearing some multipath.
The other one that we're missing here, we should have easily, is WA6AAJ. He didn't check in either. I think Mark has this band, K6MTS. Doesn't he have 1296 with the 9700?
Yeah, he does now.
I think so, but I think he still has a vertical antenna, but it works.
Yeah, we've heard him before. I think he's checked in here a couple of times. So just we are just missing a ton of people tonight.
Mark put up a beam, yeah, and it's pointed right at Mike. So he's got one of the shorty, beams. So if he's on, you can hear him.
I know he's got the little one that you have, the 30 element 23CM30. Oh no, not 30 element. It would be 13 element.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's the back 13.
Yeah, also we haven't heard Mike, W6PE, up there in Oakhurst.
You're right, he didn't check in either. I'm going back down to the Bay Area here and chatter a little bit. WB6JNN, anybody in the Bay Area, K6MYC, 1296 Bozo, anybody, over? I don't know what the heck happened to KW6S. He swore up and down he was going to be in here. But things happen, of course. KW6S, K6MYC, over. KW6S, K6MYC, walking across your direction there. K6MYC for KW6S.
I sent Tom a text. I think I have the proper number for him.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't get the text, because maybe he's out of business there somewhere. Anyway, one more time across the Bay Area. Bay Area, KW6S, K6MYC. Tom? KD6SOK, KWB6JNN, anybody? K6KLY, K6MYC. KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, KB6WFC, pointed right at you in Daly City, K6MYC, over. Wow, there's going to be some good excuses coming on tomorrow night, huh? All right, good night, guys. I'm out of here. I haven't had dinner yet. In fact, Matt hadn't even got home from shopping when I came out here, so maybe we'll have dinner with him tonight. Maybe. Good night, all. K6MYC, Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07, Delta Bravo, closing the 1296.1 net on June 30, 2026. Good night, all. K6MYC.
Good night, Mike. K6US.
By the way, I must have something wrong with the cable, or the controller may not be, maybe RS-232. On the 222 432 system, but I don't know if 6 meters worked. Did you get directional from the 6 meters system?
I didn't even put that up last night because I was at my parents' house. I got in there and switched you guys over to 6, and then went about my evening. So I didn't even try to connect to the other rotor.
Okay. Well, Thursday. Frank should be back, and maybe he can look into with you. Maybe you got to get a phone call, and he can look into what's going on, why we don't get a signal. Maybe there's no signal coming out of the RS-232. I may have damaged it, although I touched the connector that was with the cable that's coming from the computer. I touched to the terminals that have the voltage on it for the rotation. But I don't think any pins touched, but I don't know that didn't happen. but I was blind and I was struggling to try and find the spot to replug the RS-232 in. I had to disconnect it because I couldn't calibrate, and I hadn't calibrated the system for quite a while, so I ran it in calibration. But I disconnected the cord so I could do that, and when I replugged it back in, that's when I may have made the mistake and touched something. But since then, you've had no rotor control, I guess, on 220 and 432. But we can check that, like I say, Thursday when Frank is here. 73 K6US, KM6SRR, and all K6MYC.
Yeah, and it might just be a loose cord on the computer side, because the computer doesn't see the USB to serial adapter. There's an adapter in there between the controller, because of course modern computers don't have RS-232 ports, and so there's a USB to serial adapter in there, but the computer's not seeing the serial adapter, so it might just be on the computer side. Something might have gotten knocked when you guys were dealing with the dead UPS. So, but yep, yeah, just have Frank take a look at it. No big deal, and we'll catch you on 2 meters tomorrow. K6US.
Okay, well that's a good clue. It means that maybe I didn't do any damage to the cable or to the RS-232 coming out of the rotator box. It must be coming out of the adapter, so I'll have him look at that first. Thanks, Aaron. Good night, all. K6MYC going that away.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
You don't need a copy of this, do you?
I don't think so. I got Matt texting me his picture today, and I'd already submitted the one, so I haven't had a chance to check and see if I missed anything on last night.
Yeah, well, he was in bed by the time I got off the 2 nets last night. All right, no worries. 7-3. Catch you tomorrow, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. And 73 to you, Aaron. K6US, KM6SRR.
Good night, Rob. And good night to everybody on YouTube, K6US.
Somebody else in there. W6. Who's the W6? Go ahead. Anybody hear that? Try it again. You're very light, and I don't know where to point for you. I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. Give us a call. Give us a long call. It's a W6F or something. Call again. Call again. K6MYC and the group standing by.
K6MYC, W6F.
That's Tom. Yeah, I'm way off of him. Let me get back down his direction. KW6S, this should be better.
Yeah, a little bit. I've got the new LNA. I don't know that it's better than the old one was, but at least it works on. And just got in here and was afraid I was going to miss the whole tonight.
Missed something about tonight, the whole something, but the word was missing. What happened tonight?
Oh, I just got here late. I was afraid I was going to miss the whole net. It sounds like you're getting ready to shut it down.
Yeah, you were so close to missing it. It wasn't funny. I've made 5,500 calls to you. Over.
Yeah, I just got in and just got everything turned on, and here you are. So I should be more prompt and ready to go tomorrow night on 2 meters. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, well, thanks for making the effort to get there. We haven't, you're the only second check-in from the Bay Area. We only got you and W6PQL. We did not hear KD6SOK. We did not hear WB6JNN, K6KLY, KT2G, NT6S, KB6BA, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. We're all missing. Over.
Yeah, quite a few that were missing there. And I don't know how you did in south there for local there, but I'm glad I got in here to at least
Bay. K6MYC, KW6F.
Okay, yeah, conditions are very poor on top of everything else, but I'm pretty sure that Jim was on, and he called the Bay Area, and he didn't get anybody either, so I think it's just that there's no there. It's not that the band doesn't get the signals. I got signals from everywhere. I got 2 out of Nevada. I got the 2 weak ones from the Sacramento area. And I got Mario on the backscatter path into the Bay Area from Turlock, et cetera, et cetera. So I got on a weak path. That's a K6 Whiskey India Sugar. It was also very weak on the backscatter path, and I did not hear him at all on the direct path. So very poor conditions tonight, Tom. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow. KW6S, K6MYC.
Good night, K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Good night, Tom. One last call into the Bay Area, KD6SOK, WB6JNN, K6KLY, KT2G, NT6S, KB6BA, KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody in the Bay Area? Come on now, over. No, it's done. Okay, good night, guys. Good night, Rob. Good night, Aaron.
Good night, Mike. K6NYC, KM6SR, 73.